Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the lab. Today we have a special video that is nothing to do with intel or adventuring. It's all about the rare Pokemon that I have. So if you want to stick around and see what things I've picked up in the last almost 9 years, 8.5 years that I've been playing this game, then keep watching. Here we go. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and take a look at some of the rare things that I've picked up playing this game. I've gotten lots of shinies, lots of hundos, but those don't quite cut it. It has to have something extra, whether it's a Shundo, or a Shadow Hundo, or a Shadow Nundo, or Shundo, which I don't have. I don't have a 0% shiny Pokemon. That would be really cool. If anyone does, put it in the comments. What do you have? I haven't seen too many of those. They are technically rarer than Shundos, so I'm very interested. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and go to my tags. I have one that's called Rarest. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There it is, Rarest. So I have 14 Pokemon under there. So we're gonna start with this, which I know Brandon Tan would love. It is a 0% Pidgey. Just the worst Pidgey you can possibly get, and it's a Shadow Pokemon. This is my one and only Shadow 0% Pokemon I have. And I don't even really remember. I got it just a couple months ago. I got it November 24th. So, I mean, it's a debut for me. It's a debut. So we'll just go past that one. I mean, yeah, 0% Pidgey. Then we got this. We got this during the Wild Area event. And you guys saw it here on my channel. It is a Shundo, and actually I need to Mega Evolve it to get my Mega up for it, because it's not completely at the top level for it yet. But this one I was so excited for, because Venusaur is a classic Pokemon. So, and I caught it as a Venusaur because it was a mighty Pokemon. And look, you can also see that it's an XXL Pokemon when I Mega it. When it's not Mega, it's not XXL, it's just XL. So, but the mighty Pokemon had a higher likelihood of being XXL in large Pokemon. So yeah, this one I was super stoked for. This was November 24th as well. That's so weird. This one and the Pidgey I got on the same day. Okay, very interesting. Look how pretty that looks. It's just such a great Pokemon. All right, can I go to the right on this? No, I can't. All right, so next we have is the Shundo Pikachu, which I got during this last Go Fest, and you guys saw it here on my channel. That was one of my first videos, was getting this Shundo Pikachu. It was the first check of New York City Go Fest, which is insane to me. July 6th. July 6th, isn't that the day that the game started? Was it July 6th? It was July 6th. So it was the 8-year anniversary of me playing this game, because I started on day 1. Wow, interesting. So that was a little anniversary present from Niantic. Yeah. We know how that goes. But yeah, it's got a crown. I mean, it's a costume Pokemon. We probably won't see it again. It's the Sun Crown. Pretty cool. I mean, yeah. Pikachu, another classic Pokemon to have as a Shundo. So I'm stoked about that. Then we have, oh my gosh, that's right. I do have a second 0% Pokemon. It's Onix. Yes, I forgot about this, and I got this in June. This is another cool one. I'm super stoked to have a 0%. Look how cool that looks. I actually like it with the badge too, the little best friend badge. I think it's pretty neat. Yeah, I still kept Frustration on it, because why am I gonna change it? Frustration is like the Shadow Pokemon exclusive move, and I mean, like, it's kind of lame. Like, I'm never gonna use it in battle, but like, it's cool. Like, I feel like it needs to have Frustration, you know, I'm not gonna TM that away. So yeah, that is, I mean, come on, like, the odds of getting a 0% Pokemon that's a Shadow, it's insane. I think it's like 1 in 4,000 something. I need to figure out the odds for some of these things. And then I'll go ahead and see if I can include it in the video. I don't know. Actually, it's probably not because like the Shundo Pikachu was during Go Fest and the shiny odds were boosted, but we don't know how exactly they're boosted. So yeah, never mind. Either way, this is really rare. 1 in 4,000 something. Pretty crazy. Oh, then we have my Shundo Oddish, which I got during a research day. This was my third Shundo that I've ever gotten, November 17th, 2023. So this was 10 months before the Pikachu. I was so stoked about this. I remember I was outside of the Atlanta Zoo when I got this, and I had memorized the CP, whatever it was at the time. I think it was 5 something. 530? No, I'm not sure. But yeah, this was a real... I couldn't decide what to evolve it into, whether Blossom or Vileplume, and people just had different opinions. Like Vileplume is classic, it's a Kanto Pokemon, it's technically better than Blossom, but Blossom is prettier. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna keep it at Oddish, because Oddish is a classic as well, and I just like the shiny for this, so I kept it as that. So yeah, nice little Shundo Pokemon. It's my third Shundo. Oh, and then this is one of my Hundo Shadow Pokemon, and I've got a few of these, and it's pretty awesome. I didn't want to evolve this one either because it's a French Bulldog kind of look. I mean, it could be an English Bulldog. Either way, like, it reminds me of my dog Mikey. If you've seen him in the videos, then you understand. But yeah, this is my Hundo Shadow Snubbull. This is the last Hundo Shadow I've gotten, which was January 13th, 2023. So that was 2 years ago. Haven't gotten one since then, but this is a good, see, I maxed it out. I best buddied it. Like, how can you not, you know? Yeah. So does anyone that's watching this have a Hundo Shadow Pokemon? Because I think those are cool. That's something I definitely hunt for. So yeah, this is a really good one that I'm proud of. All right, and so next we have a mythical Hundo Pokemon that is very limited in the game until the next couple weeks. I believe it's coming out again soon in some kind of event. There hasn't been an official announcement, but it's been teased in images. So Hoopa, Hundo Hoopa, I mean, this I was stoked about, and honestly, Hoopa's actually technically like a really good Pokemon attack-wise. I think it's on par with Mewtwo, but the attacks that it gets makes it no bueno. So it's not really a wise Pokemon to bring in, but I still maxed it out, and God, to get those XL candies was a nightmare because again, we didn't have many opportunities to get Hoopa in the game. So yeah, that was not fun. I do hope that they release a shiny when it comes back out. But yeah, so I gave it a third attack. Like, I threw so many rare candies and rare candy XLs into this. Like, whenever there's a Pokemon that's so, like Zarude, like, I want to max that out as well, but the XL candy, like, it just takes too much time. So yeah, Hoopa, this is one I was super stoked about. It was during one of those Elite Raid things that they don't even do anymore. But yeah, November 13th, 2022, gosh. Yeah, so that's my Hundo Mythical, my only Hundo Mythical. Then we have another Shadow Hundo Pokemon, Rattata. I mean, it's a Rattata. To have the 0% Pidgey in the Hundo Rattata, I'm pretty stoked about that. I do wish it was a tiny Rattata because there is that badge, and it would just add something to it if it was tiny, but it's not. I think it has to be 0.24 meters in height or below, and it's 0.32, so it's actually getting on the large end. But yeah, I actually did change the move on this one, I guess because I don't know. I'm not evolving it because it's a Rattata. It's a classic Pokemon. So yeah, again, let's take a look at that. It's crazy. I should probably max this one out too, just for, you know, for fun. Then, oh yes, my Shundo Snorlax with a cowboy hat. I got this in a lucky trade. Well, no, it wasn't a lucky trade. It was a regular trade. Just a full odds trade. No lucky involved. It just turned lucky. And because I just needed the cowboy hat shiny, and it came as a Shundo. This is definitely one of my rarest Pokemon. Super, super cool. Next we have, this one I actually evolved as well. It's it's a Shadow Hundo Voltorb that I got, that I evolved into Electrode. This one I evolved because, I don't know why, I just felt the inclination to. I thought it just looked really cool as Electrode, and honestly, I think it does well in certain cups in PvP. So I gave it a third move, I maxed it out, best buddied it, And yeah, I don't know that it's seen much PvP time, to be honest, but it's definitely a good one. This is my first Shundo I've ever gotten, and I got this during a Go Fest. It was the Go Fest during the pandemic in 2021, and it was the one where the first day was like more about exploring, and the second day was about legendary raids, and there were all these legendaries in raids, and then there was this Ho-Oh raid, and I did it with a bunch of my friends, and I will never forget being in my car, parked in a parking spot. My friends were parked next to me, and it came up. I didn't even know what the CP was for the Hundo, and it was shiny. I was like, oh, sweet, cool. And I thought the shinies were increased for the legendary raids, but they weren't. So I was like, oh my gosh, so the likelihood of a shiny is like better, but it wasn't. It was still 1 in 20. So I checked the CP and I convulsed. I was like, oh my god, I was so excited. It was hilarious. It was really, really hilarious. This is my first ever Shundo, so it was extra special. And it's Ho-Oh. You see Ho-Oh in the first episode of the Pokemon series. Like, come on, look at this thing. This is another one where like Ho-Oh wasn't released a lot in the game at that point, so I had to like really grind for the XL candies. Since then, it's been released a lot more, but like, yeah, this one was a struggle as well, but like third attack, I use it all the time. I use it all the time in Master League. So this first Shundo, very close to my heart, very near and dear. Definitely one of my favorite things in my game. The next thing, this is one of my other prized possessions, is this Hundo Ralts that I got a long time ago, 2019. This was before the pandemic. This was a long time ago. This is like around the time that Shadow Pokemon came into the game. I got this and I immediately like evolved, maxed, gave it a third move, and using it in Master League at the time was the funnest thing because it's got charm, right? And so when any fairy type does charm, it eats away so much of the HP, and people just panic and they switch into something else, and usually it's the wrong thing, and then they just rage quit. It's the funniest thing. But yeah, this is my queen right here. This is another one that like it's probably one of my top 3 favorite things in my game. Yeah, I got that when I was living in New York. The next thing, so another thing you might not know about me unless you play with me in person is I like to collect Pokemon that have perfect sizes. So a perfect size is basically when the weight and height of a Pokemon matches what it says in the Pokedex. So if you didn't know, in the Pokedex entry, it gives a height and weight. So for Ditto, it says in the Pokedex 4.0 kg and height is 0.3 m. So we go to the one I have and it has 4 kg, 0.3 m. And I gave Brandon Tan a perfect size Pidgey over at GoFest this past year, and he was like, no, really? Are you sure? He's like, that's as rare as a Shundo, and I don't know that it is, because I think the smaller the Pokemon is, the less like it has to hit in order to get that perfect number. But maybe for like a legendary Pokemon that's going to be gigantic. If it's a Groudon that has like a huge number, then yeah, it's going to be harder. But like a small Pokemon, not really. So yeah, this is my Ditto with the perfect size, and that obviously is a harder Pokemon to get because it's Ditto. That leads me to my next thing, was this Hundo Ditto, which I got the first year of playing Pokemon Go. I remember it was a Zubat, and I caught it with like, through one ball. I didn't know it was a Ditto. It turned into a Ditto. I checked the IVs and it was perfect. Unbelievable. This is definitely also one of my prized possessions. Technically my first prized possession if we look at my list, my rarest list. There might be a few other Pokemon that I can add to this list, but these are definitely the ones that really stick out to me. I've got lots of interesting, cool things. I'll put together another one to do a part 2 of this video, but if you liked it, give it a like, give it a comment, share it with your friends. You know, it's fun. And tell me some of your favorite Pokemon. I really want to actually like engage with you in the comments about this. What are some of your favorite? First of all, what's your favorite of the ones that I showed you? And second of all, what's your favorite of the ones that you have? Let me know. Hope you guys have fun. I'll see you out in the field. Bye.